another organization that's made some big news lately is really the XFL. I think we need to get into that a little bit, just for the sake of it. I think that the statistics have come out. The viewership has not been awful, like at all actually. Unlike the AF, which failed miserably. But week 1 clearly like, oh my God, it's a new league, we want to watch it. But weeks 2 and 3 didn't drop as far off as I expected personally, because we saw other leagues like work for that first week and then fail.
I didn't watch. But I watched the first week. I was busy. I watched a recap.
Yeah.
I do want to try to get to an XFL game though, because it's not the NFL. Not that expensive.
Jagger, hey, you drive. Well, let's go to Tampa Bay Vipers game.
Road trip, baby, road trip.
Yeah. They actually play my favorite team, the Battlehawks, March 14th. That'll be good.
Really?
Dude, March 14th is Miami's first game, bro. That's where I'm gonna be at.
Yeah, we care about soccer very much. That was sarcastic, by the way.
Couldn't tell.
In case anyone couldn't tell, I don't like soccer.
The biggest storyline that the XFL has caught the eye of many people is the story of PJ Walker, who's the quarterback for the Roughnecks. And he's made a big splash this year. He leads the league in touchdowns and yards. He has been playing like no other quarterback and out of those 8 teams that have been playing this season. He was on the Colts practice squad for a few seasons and caught the eye of Andrew Luck, whose dad is the commissioner of the XFL, and basically said to his dad, like, hey, this kid, you need to bring him to the XFL. You need him to be a starting quarterback in the league because he's good. And clearly he was a quarterback at the time and he didn't want him taking his job, but like he was good enough to have his own team, and now he's leading this other new startup league in the biggest stats that the sport cares about. And I think hopefully if the XFL can start to bring in these unknown players and maybe even take some kids out of college and right out of college into the NFL, it needs to be a starter league, and I think that'll be.
They said they want to operate independent of the NFL. They're not taking retired NFL players.
They said no to Kaepernick, no to Johnny Manziel, no to
I think the XFL though is like kind of the NFL's G League in a way.
Should be. They need to make it.
I think that they're gonna like.
I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be completely independent from the NFL.
Well, no,
they need to work together.
They
need to work together.
They have to be, and the XFL will remain to a degree dependent on the NFL, because the NFL is still the football league.
Yeah.
XFL is just another thing that's happening, but it's the same sport. They can't operate independently, because football is football, and even if they changed a couple of rules, they changed kickoff, it's still
which I like
football.
I
like it too.
Really, a lot of
it's still football. It's still the same sport. The very few amount of teams is actually cool, because for people in the NFL that don't actually care enough to know every team and know what's happening with every team at all times, having only 8 teams makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That being said, I still know very little about any of these teams. I know that my favorite team, the Battlehawks, they are 3rd in the league for passing yards, and they're leading the league in both rushing yards and offensive yards, because they're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And they're awesome and they're great. Yeah.
Definitely. We've seen it with even the NBA. For years, the Western Conference have kind of gotten so much higher than the East. And recently, because of Giannis and the 76ers, the Celtics have kind of recaptured their old magic. And even the Miami Heat, who were unexpected, and now they're the top team in the East. The East is more competitive. They even had to change the All-Star game format because the West was just dominating the East for years in a row. And they changed it, and now the captains is so much better. But, the competitiveness in sports is what gets the viewers watching. Yeah. And I think sometimes the leagues forget that a little bit in just the midst of like, we're worried about this season, not the future. And I think you need to worry about it season by season, because if there is an issue, a problem, you got to focus on that. But you need to look at the few years up ahead and being like, look, if the West is dominating right now, who knows in a few years the East won't be competitive at all, or something like that. So hopefully the XFL, I would like it to expand. Like, I like the 8 teams because it's competitive, and the short schedule, going to the playoffs faster might be more competitive. But if it's more teams, it's just the competitiveness might be more exciting to watch, but I don't know.
Yeah. Except right now I can't even name all 8 teams, so might be an issue adding more.
Okay. The Vipers,
The Battlehawks.
Renegades, Roughnecks,
Dragons, Seattle Dragons. The New York Guardians.
The Guardians.
DC
No,
Defenders.
yeah, the DC Defenders. That's 7. There's one more.
Is there Louisiana?
There's more than one in Texas. There's another one in Texas. Wait, we said Dallas Renegades.
Dallas Renegades.
There's another one in Texas. The Houston. Oh, that's Roughnecks.
Okay.
No. We got this.
You think about it.
Here, let's cut and then you can Google it. Wildcats. We didn't say the LA Wildcats.
New York Guardians, St. Louis Battlehawks, Seattle Dragons, Vipers, and Defenders.
7 out of 8's not bad. 7 out of 8's pretty good.
7 out of 8.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We got 8 out of 8.
No, we didn't guess the LA. We didn't say Wildcats.
All right, well, let's
Cut
do
back
it.
in.
We got
8 out of 8.
Come back in.
Oh yeah, LA Wildcats.
Wildcats.
We named them all.
Yeah.
We didn't search it up.
No.
No.
Why'd you say that? We're true sports fans.